Hello to my Sagittarius. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading. Let's get right into it. Let's see what's going on in the cards. Happy new moon in Leo. That's right, we're in a new moon in Leo. Let's get into it. I started today with a positive attitude. There we go. Okay, so we're in a new moon in Leo. All right, Mercury is in Leo. We have, what else is retrograde right now? So Mercury is retrograde in Leo. Pluto is retrograde in Aquarius. Neptune is retrograde in Aries. Saturn is retrograde in Aries. And by the end of the month, by the end of July, Chiron will have gone retrograde in Aries. So there'll be 3 planets that's retrograde in Aries. So everybody's prayer life is increasing. Prayer and meditation life, hopefully, is increasing. So that's a lot of calling back of energy, calling back of your energy, recalling of your energy. So let's get into it. Let's see what is going on. Talking to you wherever Sagittarius is in your birth chart. All right, wheel of the year, right? Yo, right. So I'm seeing someone feeling pretty fortunate, to move on from something. You're getting a message loud and clear that you are moving on from something. So page energy is messenger energy, right? So you're having a total recall of some things. You're having a total recall of some things, right? Here's a strength card, and you're moving on to stay focused. You're quickly getting away from something. Quickly getting away from something. You're having a tower moment. So a tower moment just means it's a total recall. Just in order for you to stay focused. Yeah, in order for you to stay focused. Here's a Dame of Pentacles here. Something could have been confusing for you. But you're freeing yourself of something. You're freeing yourself. And when something seems confusing, you're like, okay, let me just free myself of something. Let me just, I don't want to be confused. So let me just go with the flow. I'm not sure what's happening here, but I'm not sure. I'm just freeing myself of something, right? There's a 7 of Swords here. And that's a good thing. You don't want to do yourself any injustice of anything. Move on. Somebody heard something. Somebody brought something back to you that sounded shady. Somebody could have brought something back to you. Somebody could have brought some information back to you that sounded a little shady to you. Sounded like there was kind of maybe cracks in a story. Like somebody was talking about you behind your back. Whenever you hear third-party information, you should question that something has ended. Yep. You should question it. Because something could have seemed impulsive. Something may not have seemed wise. Something could have seemed impulsive. Yeah. You should question it, but you should get as far away from it as fast as you possibly can. Yep. Yep. It would be foolish to stick around. Yep. So it looks like source is saying a cycle is closed out, but you're learning how to move on. You're learning how to move on quietly. Just transition quietly. And this is what you have in common with energies. You're learning how to just move on. Close out cycles and move on. Close out a cycle and move on. That is a wise thing to do. You're learning how to see something from a higher frequency. Somebody went into hermit mode after something has ended. You went into hermit mode so a light can turn on. And this is how you're going to call back your energy. You can create your own statement for yourself to close out energy so that you're not harming anybody. You're not harming anybody by, gossiping, entertaining any drama, none of that. And create your own statement, but you can say, call back my energy from all people, places, dimensions, things that don't serve my highest purpose without harm to anyone. You can close it out with an amen, so it be. However you want to close it out, you can close it out. That's that's your prerogative if you want to. But a total recall of something is happening here, and you're not going back to something is happening pretty quickly. Here's the Five of Pentacles here. Yeah, here we have the King of Pentacles here. And so you just want to kind of step aside. Here we have the Dame of Swords here. And just, here's a Nine of Swords here. And the High Priestess. And just become enlightened. Here's the Queen of Wands here. And then also the Three of Wands here. Yeah. And then the Ten of Wands here. So a lot of people are just talking about so spirit has already moved on from something. So when something has already moved on in spirit, that's where you want to just kind of sort of pray. Like a person has already just kind of sort of moved on in spirit. Somebody's like, their spirit has already moved on, from something. Here's the Seven of Cups. They're just closing out cycles. What is this? King of Pentacles here. Yeah. Here's the Seven of Cups here. It's like, this is what a lot of people have in common. It's just tired of being compared. This is the Seven of Cups here. It's just kind of like standing out. Like, when people have already moved on in spirit, and people have been talking about moving on. That's what this looks like. But not in a physical death sense, right? This is what I'm kind of sort of picking up from something. Like, I feel like there's some people who have been shady in saying this. This is what I'm picking up on. Like, some people have been kind of being shady about something, right? And saying like somebody is depressed, because that's what I'm picking up here. Like the Seven of Cups here. Like a person is like moving on, like being by themselves. Y'all know, like when people talk about like their pets, like their dogs, like a like a dog will go off like by themselves, and just kind of like find a little place in a yard or like outside the back of a yard or whatever, just by themselves. And this is the kind of energy that people have been giving, but that's a lie. That's what you're seeing, this fire here in the cards. But this was an inspired act, almost like, because what I'm seeing, looking at the cards, very much like a Sagittarius loves to travel. So Sagittarius energy loves to travel. But starting out with the Page of Wands here, I'm seeing shady energy. And that's where the lie is. Like basically, okay, you're saying you're starting out with each day with a positive attitude. And so that's what you have in common with somebody. And that's why your energy is like, wait a minute, something seems off about this. Let me go back into hermit mode so a light can turn on, so I can start remembering. This is what a tower is. The tower is like, okay, wait a minute. A light is turning on here. I'm starting to remember. This is really where High Priestess kicks in, because when something ends, a death, like not a person has to physically die, but like when a relationship ends, friendship, job, something, a lot of times for people, you're left with memories, right? You move away, you're left with memories, right? Whether good, bad memories, you're left with memories. And so the Seven of Wands here, especially if you almost feel like, wait a minute, that job ended. They owe me some money, like, or or if the job ended in, come to think of it, especially if you mad, like you fired, them people were shady. Like, wait a minute, right? Anything you could think of, like you left something behind. Wait a minute, something don't seem right. That's odd. I'm confused. Something is unusual. Good. That's a good thing. Because now it has you to thinking. What happened? Right? And that's what Source is trying to get somebody finally come up out of the cold. And that's what Source is trying to get somebody to start thinking. It's like, okay, stop being stuck on almost in a zombified state. Stop just going along with the flow. That's exactly where Source wants somebody to be. It's exactly what Source wants somebody to be. Source, it's almost like Source is in a very loving way calling back all of you. Source is saying, call back your energy. For real, take all of your energy back from all places, dimension, timelines that don't serve your highest purpose. So forget about this person, this person, this person, this person. Don't serve your highest person, so you're not harming anybody. It's okay, take all it and start out each day with a positive day. Raise your frequency. Get into thinking mode. Stop going along with everybody else's flow and figure out why something ended. Gather back all of your fire, all of your strength. Why did something end? Because somebody was moving around so fast they couldn't figure out what the heck was going on until something had to come to a complete screeching halt. Right? Somebody just kept talking and talking and talking and talking, and somebody still couldn't figure something out. So Source is yeah, the light is going to turn on. The light is going to turn on very bright. So you'll be making a decision. Yeah, you and me making a decision. So you will be making a decision right here. Yep, you will be making a decision to close out something. Somebody is now getting ready to start praying and meditating so that you can start closing out cycles, because Source has been trying to move somebody into a softer life, but it's almost like something just didn't hit. Something just didn't. So the tower is your tower. Your tower didn't happen until something ended. Something literally had to end before somebody just woke up. I feel like if for mutable signs, mutable signs are Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, and Sagittarius. Here we have 9 of Pentacles here. This is the distraction, a luxury life. 9 of Pentacles, that was the distraction. So something had, somebody felt complete with, the legacy. Somebody started talking about legacy and, this and that, luxury life. But Source is saying somebody rich came along, came knock at somebody's door, but somebody couldn't see what was behind it. Somebody couldn't see the ice that was behind it, the iciness that was behind it. But somebody's getting ready to see it now. Somebody's getting ready to see it. Here's the Hermit card. Yeah, somebody's getting ready to see, that 9 of Pentacles and why somebody was in Hermit mode. Because you're about to go into Hermit mode. That's where your light is getting ready to turn on. Ace of Wands here. That's where light is about to turn on. Okay. All right. So let's close this out. All right. So don't let your past hold you back. So you're Sagittarius and you're your polarity is your polarity sign is Gemini. So your I don't know what your north node is. You'd have to pull your birth chart. But I feel like someone is going to be talking to someone. Here we have surrender. Sometimes learning to surrender can feel as if you're dying. The ego learns what's harder, to stop trying to control the whole universe. Yeah, someone is going to be learning how to talk to people in the spirit realm. Like, you know, kind of like your confidence in your spiritual journey is, somebody is in your sign rules 9th house. So this where the light is turning on for you in the spiritual realm is learning how to have telepathic conversations with people, you know, in the spiritual realm. So somebody's really learning how to become enlightened. This is what you have in common with some energies. Because somebody right now could be like around young people who are shady and is still not catching a message. Somebody's still like not catching a message to get as far away from them as fast as you can. This could be your next door neighbors. It could be, you know, the people that you work around, and some people just is still not getting a message or something. Somebody just out of familiar spirits. It's 30. I am imaginative. You are an original, innovative thinker and an excellent communicator. You have great talent for using creativity to convey your ideas, and your optimistic attitude has an uplifting effect on others. Like your energy motivates a lot of people in a very positive way, but also learning how to pull your energy back or call your energy back is going to be very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. Somebody's around a lot of active energies. The source needs you to stay away from those energies, pulling you back from those energies in a spiritual sense. So that is what I have for you. Yeah. So somebody doesn't know how to call their energy back yet in the spiritual sense. And so it's starting a day with a negative attitude draws that type of energy out. It really draws that type of energy out. They thrive, like they feed on that type of energy. So sanctity. Through offering, even the most mundane problem can become a sacrament. So let's see what else we got going on here. Yeah, some energies thrive off of drama, chaos, and confusion. And so you'll start to pick up on that. Like people want to know who's and where, what's going on. Are they familiar with this and that? Do you know so-and-so? You know. So here we have compassion. Right? Compassion. So I see, like I said, you inspire people, but it's kind of like how you inspire people. So it could be how you inspire people. So don't let your past hold you back, like by the way you talk. This what really is like how you communicate, because that's your south node, like how you communicate, right? Something about you stands out already, right? And so you're moving beyond that, right? You're moving beyond that. So you don't want to cause yourself any nightmares, right? You don't want to cause yourself any nightmares. So yeah, remember starting each day with a positive attitude is going to really, really help you with something, all right? So that's what I have for you, all right? Bye.